What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Force here with some more Magic the Gathering multiplayer with everyone's favorite deck, Goblin Gangland. Oh, you hate it? Oh, that's too bad. I'm playing against G-Lock/Exit. And I need to kill him just because that's just a really stupid name, so he needs to die. Plain and simple. G-Lock/Exit needs to die. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, so Goblin Gangland. Starting off first turn, we've got our Goblin Guide, 2/2 haste. When it attacks, the opponent gets to look at the top card of their library. And if it's a land card, they put it into their hand, I believe. That's how that works. But it's 2 damage. Alright, so he's got Destroy Target Creature. I believe that's a 3 casting cost, so at least I know that that's coming now. And next turn, I will be able to throw down nothing so far. He's opening up here. What is up with that lag? What the heck is going on? 2/1, Nantuku Shade. I'll see if he chooses to block with that next turn or not. You know what? Let's not give him the opportunity, huh? Let us not give him the opportunity to do that. Let's shock that bad boy. And then swing him for 2. Alright, so yes, playing Goblin Gangland, the super ultra fast deck that everyone hates. Please feel free to rage in the comment section below. Alright, so next turn, he can kill off my 2/2. We'll see if he decides to do that or if he just plays something else. What's your game plan, G-Lock//Exit? You got one? I know you got something coming. Decisions. Plays an Underworld Dreams. That may have been a mistake. Whenever I draw a card, I lose a life. That's fine by me. He probably should have killed that off. You can't give me too many turns with my creatures. You can't do that. That's really... Gonna play Chieftain this turn. And then we'll be swinging for 5. Bringing him down to 11 health. He's gonna reveal. Got that card right there, which I didn't get a good look at. I don't have time. I don't think I can pause that quick reveal. So he's got to destroy. He's probably gonna get rid of my Chieftain, if I had to guess. There we go. He's gonna throw that Chieftain away. Yep, it's fine. Still be hitting him for 2 next turn. And I can also throw down a Reckless 1, so I'll actually be hitting him. Ooh, play another Chieftain. Nice. You know what I'm going to do this turn? I'm not going to actually play the Reckless 1. I'm going to go Chieftain plus Arsonist. Yep. That's some damage right there, my friends. And he just calls the GG. He hates goblins, so do I. My viewers hate goblins. He left the game. Alright, game number 2 coming up. Alright friends, time for game number 2, this time against WMG Butchie. And I get to play first here. Do I get a turn 1 play this hand? No, I don't. I do have a shock, and then I could... I'm gonna try drawing a new hand. Fingers crossed. Alright, that's good. Let's keep this hand. Mountain, Goblin Guide, swing for 2, say go. Next turn, Ember Hauler. Oh, I know, I understand. You guys hate it. Time Warp, alright, so I am against the blue deck. That includes counter spells and such. Now, ideally, I'm gonna get this up and running nice and quick before he gets any counters through. Turn 2, he can mana leak. He can also play a Spiketail Hatchling, and that's actually, I think that's the next deck I might be playing. That blue deck. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing it a little bit recently to unlock some cards. We can go a Pile Driver next, which has protection from blue. Oh, Pile Driver is amazing, and it's pro blue. Protection from blue means he can't target it with blue spells. He can't block it with blue creatures. Reveal, Twin Cast, fine by me. Pro Blue, also, whenever it attacks, it gets +2/+0 for each other goblin attacking. Yes, that's true. So, fingers crossed that I draw into a mana next turn. If I don't, it won't be the end of the world, but if I do, I'll be able to get my War Chief in play. He is going to play a Fog Bank. That's fine by me. He is still taking damage next turn. Fingers crossed for a mountain. Come on, buddy. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That mountain is going to throw down a Goblin War Chief. Goblin War Chief makes my Goblin spells cost 1 less to play, plus gives them haste. And then we swing with all this. He is taking some hefty damage here. He's going to reveal. Is it going to be a... Nope, he's going to get one of those. And he will be taking at least 7 here, which will bring him down to 9. Oh, he leaves the game. Next game. All right, time for game number 3. This time against Castor Kato. Second game was way too funny. Oh my gosh. All right, he gets to play first. Let's see. This hand is... it's okay. I'm going to draw a new hand, though. That's much better. Keep it. All right, so... have fun. You too, buddy. You too. Playing against the blue deck again. We're going to be able to open up with a Goblin, Raging Goblin, which means we hit for 1. We also have, I'll show you the rest of these after the Goblin, Raging Goblin goes through. Alright, okay, so besides that, I've got my Bushwhacker, which I can pay the kicker when it comes into play. Cost 1, I can pay kicker 1. If I pay the kicker, goblins I control get +1/+0 and have haste until end of turn. I've got 2 lands for 2/2, Goblin Hauler that I can tap 1, sacrifice it to deal 2 damage to a creature or player. I've got Goblin Piledriver, which is my 1/2 Pro Blue. Let's try to throw that in play right now. Let me attack first. Just hoping that he doesn't have a mana leak. Yes, he doesn't. Perfect. All right, so Piledriver, Pro Blue 1/2. Whenever it attacks, it gets +2/+0 for each other attacking goblin. Also have a Reckless one. It costs 4 to play. It's a star, power and toughness equal the number of goblins in play. Let us go ahead and let me think here. I could do this. I'm gonna hold off on the Bushwhacker though until I can hit for a lot 1 turn. I'm gonna let's go with a Ember Hauler. Okay. And then we're going to swing, which will be for 4 damage. He is going to nothing apparently. All right, and besides the Reckless one, I also have 2 Shocks, which is 1 red for 2 damage to a creature or player. You know, the Goblin deck's just too fast for these slow decks that I've been up against today. It is just way too fast. All right, he's gonna play this right here, which gets him 2 2/2s into play. Now watch this, ready for this? Before the end of his turn, we're gonna shock 1. And then next turn, we're going to shock another 1. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this. I am going to shock his other one. Then we're gonna throw this guy right here, the Arsonist in play. I'm gonna hold off on the Bushwhacker. I think I'm gonna play that next turn. Because I wanna be able to play with its kicker to give all my goblins +1/+0. This turn, hitting for 8. These decks are just too slow. They can't handle the heat, and as such, they must vacate the kitchen. I know. Keep complaining about it. You know what? If you don't like this deck, don't watch the video. I think it's rather hilarious, and these people build such slow decks. I mean, this deck has the potential of getting a first turn 0/4 blocker plus the fog walls. 0/2s, which don't take any damage, but I think most people in Duels play for the long game, which is fun and great, but when this deck exists, it kind of makes for a rough going here, and this game is a perfect example of what can just go horribly wrong. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this with the kicker, give everyone +1/+0, and then we swing for the kill. Oh, he's gonna, okay. All right. Go ahead and mana leak that. I can't pay 3. Game's still over. What are you gonna do, What are you gonna do? You gonna lose the game? What's your plan? Lose the game? Okay. Alright. Yeah. That's what I thought. Next game. Alright, this game is going to be against Nahalmenders. And I get to play first. Opening hand is okay, so we're going to keep it. Starting off with Goblin Fireslinger. It's no first turn damage, but it's a 1/1, and if he has blocking creatures, I can just tap it to deal 1 damage to target player. Then I've got the Goblin Piledriver, 1/2 pro blue, and gets +2/+0 for each other Goblin attacking, playing against another red deck. Goblin Chieftain, 2/2 haste. Other Goblins I control get +1/+1 and have haste. Click Slither, I can sack a Goblin, it's got haste, it's a 3/3, I can sack a Goblin to give this creature +2/+2 and trample. And then Krankos Command. Alright, so turn 2. I think we're gonna go with Piledriver. Gonna hold off on the Raging Goblin for now. And then we're gonna attack him for 1. I wonder if he is playing the Goblin deck or if he's playing Red Burn. We'll see shortly, I guess. It is the Goblin deck. There is the Krankos Command. Next turn. This is key right here, key turn, as I just drew the Goblin Chieftain, giving all my other Goblins +1/+1 and haste. So that makes it so that I can swing with everything without worrying about that killing any of it. Actually, you know what, he could double block the Chieftain. I'm not going to block the Chieftain because I don't want him to double block and kill it, which would hurt me in future turns. I will attack with all of this though. We'll see if he decides to double block and kill the Fireslinger or not, or if he blocks both of them to take less damage. He takes it all, lets it all go through. So this turn he might be playing a Chieftain then, if that was his decision. Yes, it was, and that was the reason there. Okay. I still am pretty comfortable here with my odds though. Yeah, I'm gonna just let all that go through. Because I got that first big swing in, I think that this gives me a good chance. If I drew into some burn, it'd be even better, but this is this is gonna be a painful turn for him. Check this out, guys. Krankos Command, 2 Goblins, Raging Goblin. Yeah, this is a painful turn for him. He has to block it, or else he loses, and there's the GG. Let's it all go through for the win. These games are super exciting to watch, huh? All right, here we go. Another game against Castorcado. Is this the chick I played before? I think it is. Opening hand's actually not bad. Castorcado gets to play first. This is kind of rough. I'm gonna keep it though, primarily because of the Goblin Guide. So I am playing against the blue deck. I'm fairly certain that I've played her before. Let's see how the game goes this time though, because she does get turn 1, which does set me back. I'm trying to do lots of damage really early on. Otherwise, you know, you fall behind as the game progresses. This deck certainly falls behind. Now, as you've seen in the first few games, the idea is to win before the game progresses very far. Gonna reveal, gets that. That's his, gets to put 2 2/2s into play. That won't be here for another 3 turns though, as it does cost 4 to play. Let's see if he's got anything turn 2 here. It's a no. I'm gonna try throwing down a Krankos Command. Let's see if he has a mana leak. No, he doesn't. Okay. So we're gonna hit for 2. It's gonna reveal again. Let's see what it is. It is a wand. Ooh, that wand costs like 7 to play, so that's not coming into play this game most likely. He's down to 16. Next turn, it will be the Arsonist, unless I draw into something else. Let's see what he has turn 3. His deck, that deck is just, he built that deck so slow. Oh my god. Alright, damage equal to the number of goblins I control the target player. I'm gonna save that until he's tapped out at one point. Let's throw down an Arsonist, see if he has a cancel. No, he does not. What does he have in his deck? He's gonna bounce back, Okay. I am going to... I can't play it before combat? Fair enough. Yeah, I passed the turn, he bounced back, I can't play it again before combat. That's fair, that's fair. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna do this. And then because he's tapped out, I kinda want to do this. No, you know what? Next turn he's gonna tap 4 and play his other thing. He's probably gonna tap 4 here and plays 2 2s. There they are. This is interesting. Well, he's tapped out, so I'm safe to play the reckless one, which I am going to do. And I'm just going to swing with everything. The fact is, I'm probably going to lose my 2 1/1s here. No, he's got to block a 5/5. Is he really going to let the 5/5 go through? We'll see. Gets a land. Let's see what he does here. Blocks a 2/2. Fair enough. That'll be a trade, and then he blocks a 1/1. But he is letting the 5/5 go through, plus my other 2 1/1s are still alive. He is down to 7. I can... Why did his 2/2 not die? Must have missed something. Plays another one. Holy crap. That hurts. He is not going to attack me for 2, though. Alright. Gonna throw down an Arsonist. Okay. Goblin War Strike right now. For 4. And these dies, I can deal 1 damage to target creature or player. So he's down to 3. Now I can get 1 through. Plus if he blocks these, I can do 2 and 3. Let me think about this. I attack with everything. He blocks the 4/4, this guy and this guy. So 1 goes through, plus I do 1 damage. He blocks this, loses a creature, blocks these 2. This dies, I deal 1 damage to him. That went through, that's 1 damage. It puts him at 1. These 2 are dead, these 2 are still in play, and he's still got 2 creatures in play, so I can't do any more damage. He'd be down to 1. But he'd be down to 1, so all I need to do is draw into 1 more damage. It's just, actually no, I can't even attack with this guy yet. What am I talking about? I could attack with the 4/4, see if he double blocks it, which puts him down to 1 more creature. I'm gonna attack with this. See if he double blocks it. He'll just have 1 creature if he does that. He is gonna double block it. That puts him down to just a 2/2. I'm actually okay with that. Alright. This is gonna be tough. I don't know. He's got a lot of mana. He probably has counter spells. Granted, I don't need to do a ton of damage. Also, if he doesn't play a creature this turn, he takes 2 next turn, which puts him down to 1. And remember, if these guys die, it's 1 damage to him. He is gonna write a replication, a single creature. He's gonna get 1 of my Arsonists. Alright. That's just he copies a creature, basically. That's what just happened. Raging Goblin. Attack with everything. 2 goes through. He's probably gonna block this and this. And then he's probably gonna kill off 1 of those. But 2 will still go through. That dies. He's gonna do 1 damage, probably to 1 of these. Oh, he can't kill 1 of these. If he kills 1 of these, he's dead. Oh, what an idiot. What an idiot. Sorry, buddy, but you just killed yourself. Oh well. Alright, next game against Omega Blaze. Oh, hello. He knows me. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say hi. Alright, see if we can kill him now. Alright, I get to play first. Opening hand is okay, so we're just gonna keep it. Thanks for watching. You're gonna be the last deck I play against in this video. And first turn, Goblin Arsonist. So that's a 1/1. When it dies, I get to do 1 damage to a creature or player. Next turn will be the Ember Hauler or the Pile Driver. All right, he's playing the life gain deck. All right, this should be interesting. Should be interesting indeed. This turn, we're going to throw down the Ember Hauler. And then I am going to attack for 1. I don't want that thing to live, so... Let's see if he blocks my 1/1 though. He probably shouldn't. Okay, just play, please. just play, please. All right, next turn, plays another Plains and throws down his 2/2 lifelink. That just really is painful, actually. And I'm just gonna get rid of that right away, I think. I don't want him having that in play. I'm not gonna just let him block because he's going to gain life when he blocks, so that just needs to die right away. And then we're gonna play our Pile Driver, and then we will attack for 1. Next turn I can do Reckless 1. Turn after that I can do Click Slither. He will block it, okay. So he blocks it. And then when it dies, I do 1 damage to him, which puts him at 20, or 19. The life gain deck is so annoying to deal with. Plays a Soul Warden. Whenever a creature comes into play, he gains 1 life. Yes, sir. All right, so this turn, throw down a Reckless 1. It is a 2/2, plus it has haste. We attack with all this. He gets +3/+2. Now he gained 1 life because I played that creature. Does he block? Probably should let this go through. Oh, looks like he's getting mana screwed this game. It's too bad. Too bad because it doesn't really make for a fair game. Well, I mean, he just drew a Plains, and most of his deck is pretty low casting cost. I mean, he's been playing stuff, as you saw. So, it's not like he's just been sitting idly by. He's gonna throw down. Chance creature can't attack or block at the beginning of his upkeep. Gains a life. Alright. He attacks me for 1. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna Click Slither and sack the Goblin. Ooh. Could play this guy too. It's 3/3. I can tap it to put X goblins into play, where X is the number of goblins I control. It's pretty darn good too. Yeah, let's get him into play as soon as possible. Then we attack for 3. I'll let him gain his 1 life a turn and take huge advantage of my Krenko Mob Boss. We'll see what he plays next turn, but if he doesn't play something significant, I think I may have this game. I've got a pretty big advantage with some stuff here. Chance a creature gets +1/+3, plus he gains 3 life. Okay, so it's a 2/4 now. I might have to kill it off next turn. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna tap this to get some more goblins into play. I'm then going to cycle this, doing the damage to that. I draw a card from the cycle. Gonna play a Krenko's Command. 2 more goblins in play. And then I will hit for 8. This is definitely a better game here to watch, I'm sure. The other games have been so quick fast. Next turn I get the Goblin Chieftain, and that's the game. I could also play the Click Slither for the game as well. Guaranteed, but... Now, what is he gonna play here? What the hell is this? Enters the battlefield. Search your library for a Plains, put it into play tapped. It's a 2/2 though, and that's not enough. And we go like this. Goblin Arsonist. Goblin Chieftain. Tap our mob boss. 15 2/2 goblins in play. We attack with it all. $21.21. I guess it really doesn't matter. We're just gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna keep clicking this. Wow, that got ridiculous fast. Thanks for playing with me though, bud. Omega Blaze. I think that'll wrap it up for this video. GG, friend. Say it. I before E, except after C. I don't know what he's waiting for. Oh, he's watching the damage effects. That's a lot of creatures to watch damage effects for. I'm sorry that I attacked with 15 2/2s. Man. Well, that'll wrap it up here for this video. Thanks for watching. So that concludes our look at Goblin Gangland. As you saw in this video, the deck is just ridiculously fast. One of the major problems, I think, with that deck being so quick is that in the multiplayer, lots of people building their deck slow just can't contend with it. It's just, you know, and it's one of those things where you either win fast or you pretty much lose if the game gets drawn out too long. I don't want to put a number on it, but I would say probably after turn like 7, or maybe even a little bit later after turn 10. At that point, you're probably having a tough time, but the deck is super strong, especially, again, given the other decks that you typically go up against. That blue deck has such a hard time unless you build it with lots of early defense. But anyways, that was fun. Also fun to play with one of you lovely community members, Something Blaze. Thanks for playing with me. I'm sure you'll probably end up watching this video. And yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching. The next deck I think I'm going to play, let me show you the Goblin deck first here. I like to wrap up with this. I also want to let you know the next deck that I want to play is actually the blue deck. I've been unlocking the cards. I'm up to 24 of 40, so I only have 15 more wins to get the full deck unlocked. But I think I want to play Crosswinds next. That's a pretty fun deck. But let me show you here my Goblin deck. Really, I just decided, there's a whole bunch of options. I just decided to focus on lots of damage front-loaded, because that's how the deck plays really well. If you try to front load a ton of damage, you're going to do very well. So we've got 2 Goblin Arsonists. Whenever they die, they deal 1 damage to a creature or player. Awesome card to have. Goblin Bushwhacker is phenomenal. It's a 1/1 for 1, but if you pay the kicker, all your goblins get +1/+0 plus haste. This is a great card to play when you've got a few goblins in play already. Fireslinger is awesome. It's a 1/1 for 1 land, so you can get it first turn. But if he gets a blocking creature, you can just bypass it by tapping him to deal 1 damage to target player. Goblin Grenade. Wish I could have 4 of these. Only 2 are available. Sack a goblin for 5 damage. It's ridiculously strong. It's so powerful. If I had 4 of these in the deck, this deck would it'd be even more raffle than it already is. Goblin Guide, pretty awesome, 2/2 haste. It does give an advantage to the player though, because when it attacks, they get to look at the top card of their library, and if it's a land, they put it into their hand. But still, it's 2 damage first turn. You can't go wrong there. Goblin Warstrike, costs 1 red. It does damage to target player equal to the number of goblins I control. Obviously, that's strong. Raging Goblin, another card I wish I could have 4 of. It's a 1/1 haste. It means that it can attack first turn it comes into play. Shock, 1 red for 2 damage. Get 2 of those. Ember Hauler, 2/2 that I can tap 1 to sacrifice for 2 damage to a creature or player. Get 2 of those. Couple Goblin Pile Drivers, 1/2 Pro Blue. The real advantage, besides the Pro Blue, is it gets +2/+0 for each attacking goblin. Goblin War Driver, it's a 2/2 with Battle Cry. A Battle Cry makes my other attacking creatures that much stronger. Krenko's Command, get 2 1/1 Goblin tokens into play for 2 mana. Bitterstick Shaman, it's a 2/1, but when it comes into play, I get to deal 1 damage to target creature or player. This is really good for pinging off an opponent's creatures or just getting a little bit of extra damage out. A Gem Palm Incinerator, another awesome card. This whole deck is just awesome. A Gem Palm Incinerator, which I have 3 of. I can just play it as a 2/1 creature. It's 2 colors and a red for 2/1, but I can tap a colors and a red to cycle it. Cycle it means I take it out of my hand and I put it into the graveyard. I get to draw a card. However, while cycling it, you also get to do X damage to our creature, and X is the number equal to the number of goblins in the battlefield. This card I keep saying this. This card is awesome. 3 for a 2/2 haste. Other goblins I control get +1/+1 and have haste. I got 3 of those. Goblin Ward Chief 2/2. Other goblins cost 1 less to cast, plus all goblin creatures I control have haste. Click Slither, 3/3 haste. I can sacrifice a goblin to give it +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. Goblin Ringleader. It's a 2/2 haste for 4, but when it comes into play, I get to reveal the top 4 cards in my library, put all goblin cards revealed this way into my hand, and they rest on the bottom. Krenko Mob Boss, you saw the strength of this card in this video here. Tap it to put X/1/1 red goblin tokens into the battlefield, where X is equal to the number of goblins you control. After a couple turns, this gets pretty ridiculous pretty fast. A couple of reckless ones. It's a Star haste for 4. And its power and toughness is equal to the number of goblins on the battlefield. And then lastly, I've got a couple of Siege Gang Commanders, which unfortunately you didn't get to see, but also another very strong card. This entire deck is absurd. When it comes into play, put 3 1/1 red goblin tokens into the play. Also, I can tap 2 to sacrifice any goblin, and Siege Gang Commander does 2 damage to target creature or player. So there you go, you can see the highest casting cost in this deck is 5 for the Siege Gang Commander, and then 4 for the 2 reckless ones, the Mob Boss plus the Ringleader and Click Slither, and then everything else is 3 or less. So really front load, lots of damage really early on. Pretty solid deck. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.